Hello, this is Michele Knight. This is the astrological update for Scorpio for the whole of April. And there's a lot to get through. But the main focus of this month for you is all about the fact that you have been insular. You've gone through a time of going deep within to look at your life, your patterns, how you can find balance, how to become healthy mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and sexually. There's been a lot of learning to be done over the past few weeks. And that's sort of coming to a head now this month. And then you're moving into a phase which is all about union, relationships, and finding balance in love. Let's start at the beginning. There is a pesky T-square that kicks off on the 1st. And for you, you may be looking at issues of freedom, spontaneity, jealousy, and feeling emotionally secure. And maybe some of the things you're looking at is your own insecurities. But more importantly, we have an incredible conjunction of Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Uranus. And that's connected to this new sense of health and well-being, and also to a part of you that actually feels so secure in yourself that maybe you'll be doing something slightly risky, slightly fun, slightly frolicky at the beginning of April. And you're opening up to feeling strong because hopefully you've taken the time out to look after yourself. We also have a new moon, and a new moon always brings about a brand new cycle of energy. And for you, it's you stepping into, committing to yourself actually, to a new cycle of health, to a new cycle of taking care of yourself, and the ability to really trust yourself when it comes to looking after you sexually, emotionally, and spiritually, which is excellent news. Pluto, your ruler, is going retrograde. And it's making you look at the way that you communicated in the past on the 22nd and onwards. How did you communicate? Were there ways in which you communicated that confused people? Do you communicate in a way that's about self-protection? What are the key things in the way that you've communicated in the past that have scuppered your happiness or blocked your flow? Pluto is not going to take any prisoners, as you know. So you will be going backwards in time and be reminded of a situation where communication was maybe painful, but through transforming your communication, you transformed your life in a positive way. It's asking you to look at new ways of being and coming from your heart. Now, Mercury, the planet of communication, is encouraging you to support someone else in your life close to you who possibly needs some advice on getting balance in their own life. And as you've just gone through that phase, you're the perfect person to support, egg on, and love, unconditionally love, and give advice to. We then have Venus, the planet of love, doing something fabulous. It is doing a little tango and shimmying towards your relationship sector. And you're like, actually, I'm feeling open to love. I'm feeling open to relationships after the 15th. You're opening up your heart, which is not something you do easily. Whether you're single, whether you're taken, whether you're in a complex relationship, you're opening up your heart to a balanced way of loving, unconditionally loving, and feeling quite free and spontaneous. And that energy is going to increase and increase because Venus and Mars are joining, Venus and Mars are joining that area as well as the Sun, who's going, yes, it's time to get close to people. It's time to open up and feel okay about myself as a lover, to feel okay about myself within relationships, and to know that I am lovable. It's very powerful stuff, very beautiful stuff. Does happen every year, but this year there's a brand new cycle for you, and you've evolved spiritually and in many ways recently, and I think you'll find that it'll have even more of an impact than last year. We have a grand Earth trine also this month, and that for you is all about, again, relationships, communications, and friendships, balancing those three areas of your life. But the grand Earth trine is grounding you enough to do that and saying to you, do you know what? You are on solid ground. We have also a full moon in your sign on the 25th, and that's intense. It's rock and roll. It's like pulsating with your energy. Whatever you're feeling, whatever your wonderful assets are, whatever your shadow side is, it all is raging within you on the 25th. Channel that magnificent energy. Make sure you do a meditation and appreciate yourself on that day. It's extraordinary, and you can really tap into the magic of you on the 25th. We have, with that, a partial lunar eclipse, so it's a sweeping away, facing the fears, letting go kind of vibe. We then have Saturn in your sign on the 28th in opposition to the Sun. You're trying to find your identity within relationships. When you're in a relationship, does your identity change? The universe is saying, commit to yourself and the way that you communicate and who you are as a lover. You also have a Sun-Mars conjunction in the 7th, opposite Saturn again. So it's like a part of you wants to be free, but maybe you have an old view of yourself. You know, we are evolving human beings, but sometimes we see ourselves as we were. We forget, or we don't see how much we've grown and transformed. Perhaps you had in the past an idea of what relationships were. You were very committed to that idea, and now there's some kind of transformation there. And the Sun and Mars are going, live your life full of passion. And, you know, Venus and Pluto are going backwards and forwards, actually up until the end of the month. But you can handle it because Pluto is your ruler. And you are not frightened of a challenge. You love transformation and rebirth. And that's what you got this month. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.